Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on the part of the world you're watching this video from. Once again, it's Bearable King hosting the British Pounds American Dollar review for the 31st week in the year 2024. How has your week been? I trust that your week was profitable. Mine was, and I thank God for today. I thank God for life, and I thank God for everything. Without wasting too much time, I'll need to dive into our first phase for today, where we'll talk about things that would encourage us and boost us as we strive towards perfection when it comes to trading and when it comes to living at large, right? And today, my verse is taken from the book of James, chapter 4, verse 17. And it says, "If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is a sin for them." Now, let me break it down in simple English. It simply means if you know that you're supposed to do something and you don't do that thing, then you are wrong or it's a sin. And why am I talking about this today? A lot of people are in the habit of replacing the work they are supposed to do with prayers, and the prayers does not go anywhere. You understand? God is not going to answer prayers for actions that you should take to solve what those prayers are meant to solve. Just think about it. How many of us pray in the morning that God should have our bath for us? Right? So, when it comes to trading, if you don't put in the right work, which is reviewing your trades, understanding your strategy, backtesting, journaling, putting in the hours to make sure that you understand the system, and then you now take a trade and you're praying that the trade should not hit stop loss, you haven't done the action that you're supposed to do. So you are wrong. And most times that's the reason why a lot of people are not successful in this business, right? It's the same thing with the Olympics. So I was discussing with a friend and we were talking about the opening ceremony for the ongoing Olympics, and it's like, oh, we'll just pray about it and leave them to God. And in my mind, I'm like, no, we are meant to take actions and speak against things that are not in line with our beliefs, our faith, and our expectations, right? So the idea there is whatever you need to do, you need to sit down and say, is this something I can take an action on, or is something I need to pray to God for? If it's something you can take an action on, take the action without delay. If it's something you need to pray to God for, pray to God, and by His grace, by faith, we believe He will answer you. All right. So let's go into the chart, because this is an action that we need to take. It's not something we need to pray to God for, right? So this is the daily chart. I'm starting from the daily because I want to give a clear overview of my expectation, right? Now, we spoke about this consolidation from the beginning of the year. We spoke about this breakout here. And after this breakout, we spoke about this drop and we spoke about the manipulation. And I said that once the price breaks above this level, we know we have a market structure shift, which we already have. And we also spoke about the price tapping into this other block here, which the market did, and the market is now rejecting this zone. Now, what next am I expecting? Now, for people who have traded power of three, you know you have your consolidation, right? Let's say this is a consolidation. Then you have your manipulation to the downside, right? Then, okay, let me do that again. All right, so you have your consolidation, right? And after your consolidation, you have your manipulation to the downside. Then once you have a flip, which is a higher high above the consolidation, you know that most likely you're expecting a pullback for the distribution, right? It doesn't happen every time, but this is my preferred setup. Now, most of the time, this price is going to pull into an area of interest within the consolidation, right? Within the consolidation. And that's why we did mention that we're expecting this market to pull back into the zone after breaking above this level. And since the time we called it about 2 weeks ago, yeah, 24th of July, the price has been falling for roughly about 12 days, and it has given roughly about 190 pips in the market, right? So how far do I think the market is going to drop? Now we have a high here, an internal high, right? I personally feel like I moved this box out from here because I know that these markets may pull as low as this zone. So either from somewhere around here or here, and then we may see the markets run all the way to the top. So this is my expectation on the higher time frame. Now, why am I marking this zone? I am marking this zone simply because we have an order block here that has not been mitigated yet, right? Because this order block has not been mitigated yet, I'm expecting the price to tap into this order block, meaning that I'm expecting a possibility that the market may tap deeper and then move upwards, right? Secondly, the reason why I think it's going to cross this low is because once this market breaks below this low, a lot of traders who are not present or looking at the overall view would assume that the market has done what? Changed direction. So in their own mind, they'll be expecting a move like this and then expect the market to possibly pull back to give a head and shoulder and drop. Now, in this place is where the market will make a lot of them liquidity before running to the upside. Okay, so why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because we may have the market do something like this, come down, pull up here, right, pull down here, and deceiving everyone that is going down before doing what? Running to the upside, right? We all know that the market is bullish because the market has tapped this zone as far back as October, came here, rained, came up here. So if we are going to look at the market, what the market has simply done is low, high, higher low, higher high. So what do we expect? We're expecting a bullish move, but people who are not paying attention to this would expect that the market is going to what? Drop, right? So I'm anticipating that the market may just tap below this point to fulfill all righteousness, which means to close up this gap here, right, which is still within this consolidation zone as I explained here. Then do what? Take out the liquidity expecting the market to drop and then run to this new high, right? Run to this new high. But right now I still expect this market to still pull up a bit before coming down, and that's because if you look into the zone here, you can see there is a gap here, right? This is a gap, so the market can still pull into the zone and close the gap before continuing the drop, which takes me to my 4-hour time frame, right? Now I've marked this a long time ago and I said this is my buy low area, which is where I have an order block here, which I'm expecting the market to respect, but the market didn't come and tap into it. Instead, the price ran up into this daily order block zone, right, which is not a problem. Now here is what has happened. The market did what? Broke below, came here, came up here, pulled back, came up here, and then did what? Broke down here. Now if you notice, the market did a bit of a consolidation before pushing downwards, right? So right here I'm expecting that the market will most likely change direction, right, pull up and drop. Now am I expecting the market to pull up from this zone? It is possible, but here is what I'm just focusing on. I'm looking at this point here, right, as my market structure shift, right? That means that the market switched from being bullish to bearish here. there is an order block here that this market has not respected yet on the 4-hour time frame, right? This is an order block that the market has not respected. So there is a possibility that two things can happen. It's possible that this market may keep doing what? Dropping to the downside, right? Then do what? Switch and then run up into the zone before doing what? Continuing down to this area as marked on the daily time frame. So for me, I'm still expecting a bearish move into the zone. I would like to see a reversal here, then the market should come to close the gap here before dropping down to the zone. So for me this week, I am expecting that the first part of this week would be bearish into the order block around 1.280 or 1.281 region, and then from there I would like to see the market flip, and once the market flip, I would anticipate that the market will pull up to the zone. Now let me explain something quickly, right? This move from here, oh sorry, okay, so this move from here, 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 here are what is termed as internal move, right? Now this is another move here, right? Now for some other views, I'm going to change this color to red. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make this a bit thicker and I'll change the color to red. All right, so this is an internal move, or some people call it order flow, while this is a structural move. All right, so I'm looking at both the structural and the internal flow, or the order flow. So I'm expecting this move, this bearish move that started since last week, to be completed on Monday, Tuesday, and then we may see a reversal come Wednesday to pull back into the zone before we now have the sell continuation or the flush to the downside here. And as we spoke about it on the daily time frame, from this area we can expect the market to run up possibly for the rest of the year. Okay, so if you have a contrary view or if you have an inquiry, please drop a comment below. In the description, the Telegram channel is there, so you could join the Telegram channel, right, where you can reach me during the week. So with that said, I'd like to draw a curtain here. Remember to put in the work where the work is needed and pray where prayers are needed. Do not substitute work for prayer, and do not substitute prayer for work. I hope you all have a profitable week. Remain safe, remain blessed, and I will remain Bearable King, your favorite host. Bye bye.